Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play 80 Days. We are going to Prague today at 8 AM, so we don't have much time, so let's embark. Yeah, we need to go. But before we start, I wanted to do a little announcement. I actually, in between the recording, had an idea and went to one of my favorite servers, which is called LibriVox. They have the best, in my opinion, the best service in audiobooks. They record audiobooks of those that are now in the public domain. And yes, there was 80 days there. So I downloaded the audiobook because for some reason I haven't read it yet. I can't really say why. But I also figured out that the player, or the character that we are playing, so the player in this game, is a character called Passepartout. So now I know how it's pronounced. Yay, I'm learning. Okay, anyway, we are on our way to Prague, finally. Most of you probably know, but Prague is the place where I live, and that's the reason why I wanted to go there, even though that by this time I could have been way past Istanbul if I wasn't, so stubborn and looking at this. But I have a feeling there might be something special in this city. So we found our German friend the next morning, polishing his car outside the hotel. "The pistons are sparkling," he remarked, showing us his handiwork, and I could only agree. We got into the back and he started the engine, feeding in oil. The car was a variant of the Bosek design manufactured in Warsaw. "German-made," our driver insisted, and I peered at it more closely. It seemed a few improvements had been made to the design. "Your own handiwork?" I asked, and the man nodded. "My name is Gottlieb Daimler," the man said. "This is my pride and joy. Though there are still details I am not happy with." He chewed his mustache in dough as he drove. So Daimler, huh? Daimler-Benz, maybe? It sounds like a... I will have to check that on the wiki if this is really the dude. "But in particular, it seems in good condition to me," I replied cheerfully. "I think it is the best four-wheeled car that could be made," he replied with the bluntness of a self-made inventor. "But, well, we will see if we cannot make it better yet." Monsieur Fogg did not take much note of the car and consulted his watch every few minutes. He was, I think, counting each revolution of the wheels and computing our speed. So, let's converse with the man. "Greetings, Monsieur Daimler." "Sure, ask me anything you like." "Prague. I'm told the clock in the town square is a piece of junk. Hardly seems important. What about Prague Ugra?" "No idea, but now Ugra is a more civilized place than you might expect. But answer me this. One day I will fit a music box to this car powered by the motion." "Ingenious! I have even better ideas. Imagine a machine that makes coffee from the engine heat itself." "What can you tell me about Ugra? Sounds unhealthy." "Ugra to Irkutsk." "Sure, why not?" "Ugra to Ussurisk." "Now you listen to me. The only bank in Ussurisk has gone bankrupt." "Well, okay." So we're approaching Prague. By midday we reached Prague and waved our driver farewell. So let's see, if we hurry, parts in 2 days to Odessa. Can we maybe... Marmarsh? No, to Odessa. 240 pounds to depart tomorrow. Ticket will require a further 170. Let's do it. And check the Prague market. We could sell the lapis eye here, but I think, yeah, we're 5,300 in Moscow, so we're gonna keep it. Extra suitcase. Ushanka. Gentleman's wardrobe set. Seasickness pills. In St. Petersburg. Zoetrop is a well-oiled spindle that, when spun, brings 2 ballroom dancers to vivacious life and fur-lined boots. I'm actually not sure how many we can take on our trip to Odessa. 4. Okay, well, too late. The market is closed, but we can buy it in the morning. I think the airship departs at 1 p.m. Okay. So we have time. So let's spend a night in the hotel. The cathedral in Prague. Standing beneath the astronomical clock in Prague's bustling square, it was easy to believe we were standing in the center of a town of great artificers, all engaged in creating wondrous works and mechanical marvels. But despite the clock's ingenious prognostication of the weather, the position of the stars, the good fortune of the observer, and even a dial which declares the eye color of the person on your left, it was impossible to ignore what stood either side of it. Soldiers, wearing the livery of the emperor and preventing anyone from looking at the clock for too long, lest they learn some secrets from its workings. Monsignor Fogg glanced at his pocket watch and back at the grey dial and gave a gentle snort of derision. "Something is wrong?" I asked. "You might say that," he replied with an expression of, was it satisfaction? On his unusual immobile face, "The clock is 3 seconds slow. This country is in the grip of the past." I answered, but Monsignor Fogg demurred with a surprising equanimity. "Not so, Passepartout," he replied. "It is merely oppressed, but I am sure one day Her August Majesty Queen Victoria will hold sway here as well." He gestured away down a narrow, winding alley towards our hotel. "Come, before we grow slow ourselves." There's actually an awesome tale about the astronomical clock in Prague. I'll try to tell it in shortly. In the century when they built it, which I believe is the 13th century, they asked for the greatest clockmaker to come to Prague, and they offered him great wealth for him to make the best clock in the world. The truth is that the astronomical clock in Prague till today is one of the most majestic monuments in the world. I think it's really beautiful. And when he built it, the people in the city got so afraid that he might build something even better somewhere else, that during one of the nights in the city, they caught him and blinded him so that he could never ever again make such a clock. So he, blind, went with his servant to the clock and just put his hand inside the mechanism and did something, and the clock stopped for decades and hundreds of years. I think they repaired it somewhere in the 17th or 18th century, but it's a really good tale. I like it, of the cruelness and how it's way longer. You can find it online, I think, but a really interesting story it is. So truly there is nothing there today, so well, I guess let's embark to Odessa now. High winds. This will be a bothersome experience, but the traveling cloak from our gentleman's travel set should help. Good. So we are departing with the Ottoman airship. The Ottoman airship landed quickly and was soon back in the air, its captain clearly not wanting to spend a second more than was necessary on foreign soil. We found our seats and closed our eyes to rest. Let's check the news. Austro-Hungary accused of World's Fair saber rattling. Interesting. So now we're taking a longer journey. Odessa is quite far. "Excuse me," asked a man nearby. "Are you heading into Russia?" "We are." The man nodded. "My brother lives in Irkutsk. It is a horrible little town, but should you go through, perhaps you might find him." "How might I find him?" The man nodded with thanks. "He's a harbor master. He has a very recognizable hat." "And do you have a message for him?" "A message," the man replied. "Not as such, but if you see him, perhaps you might stick a blade between his ribs." "Excuse me." With that, he took his leave and went back to his seat. What the hell? More news. Phileas Fogg attempts round-the-world adventure. So as it's a pleasant journey for Fogg, he has 100 health again. I stayed clear of the bloodthirsty gentleman of Prague, and instead I spent the day eavesdropping. Hoping to find options for our next journey, I met the charming Mongolian soldier and had a pleasant, if unproductive, conversation, whom I quickly abandoned as knowing nothing. Towards the evening, we settled down in Odessa, a town by the edge of the now Black Sea. So we haven't learned much. The market, traveling cloak, 280, shaving kit. So, oh, Russian timetable, that's really important. So let's get rid of the shaving kit and get the Russian timetable. And let's get the stopwatch and the false teeth. We might get those. New routes discovered, really? Oh, I'm stupid. We got the train shuttle. I'm dumb. Okay, so now we just need to find a way. So it seems like Warsaw is the best way to go. So Vienna, Moscow, yeah. And but we found a route from Odessa as well. From Karimskaya to Ussurisk Vladivostok. My god, this is an incredibly good way. So we can go. Freight train departs from Moscow in 3 days. Railway whistle from our railway in 2 days. 380 bucks or 1300 tomorrow. Let's save a day. We'll have 5 luggages but 21 health. Oh my god, that's really a bad way. So let's spend a day in the hotel. We arrived in Odessa in the company of a cold spell and shivered our way through the wide streets. The city could almost be Mediterranean if it were not for the signs of Russian dominance on every painted sign and flapping flag. Our hostel lay at the top of an enormous staircase on which we found several locals sitting and talking and sipping from shared carafes, a clear liquid that I do not believe was water. The moon was pensive. We approached a group of drinkers. "We are visitors," I said, by way of greeting. Monsignor Fogg hung back, taking in the surroundings rather than looking at the people themselves. "What would you recommend we see?" "The best side is the one you're standing on," one remarked, while another lifted a vodka bottle, holding it up to his eye like a telescope. "The best views here are through the bottom of the bottle." I asked how they had been considering this particular viewpoint. And the man laughed. "All my life, stranger, all my life." "You like a drink?" one of the sops asked me. I felt my master's attention turn upon me. "I'm French. Of course I enjoy it." The drunkard nodded seriously, as though I had said something profound. "Then I will tell you where you should go. Novorossiysk." There was a hiccup before he continued. "My brother has a cart going that way. He can take you." "Oh! Novorossiysk." As I feared he might, he indicated his brother, another in the salted group. I thanked him and said that we would consider it. He nodded and banged the steps with his feet. "You know where to find us, friend." No, we're gonna go the other way. So, what time does the train departs tomorrow in Moscow? Arrives Saturday and departs at 4 p.m. Okay, so I think that we can... Oh, no, there's not much. Just luxurious posh in prim times. Oh, let's get them. South of Arnica. And I think we're gonna wait for the bank to open and ask if maybe... We must visit the bank, Monsignor Fogg declared. "A robbery, Monsignor?" "Certainly not," he replied firmly. "Do you suppose I put my entire fortune into a carpet bag under your supervision?" I did not answer, and regarded the bank as we entered. It was a small affair, but efficiently looked after, and we were quickly seen to. "You wish to withdraw funds," we were told. "I warn you, it may take some time. £700 tomorrow, The manager nodded. And we'll have to communicate with London first, of course, he apologized. I should have a reply tomorrow. So we'll wait until tomorrow, then take out the money and we'll go to Moscow. I trip to Istanbul. I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options of how we might consider our journey. So, yeah, we have to wait till tomorrow.